Hey guys, welcome to this next solo mini guide. I've had some requests from some clanmates to make this guide, so let's get straight into it. Okay, so before we look at the kill, we need to look at some gear. So I'll be using full superior elite void for the whole kill. We'll be ranging, so I've got my noxious bow, which has got the crackling 3 perk on it from invention. I'm using an amulet of souls, which helps with the protection, as you won't be soul splitting for very much of the kill at all. I've got Torva boots, which I'll explain as to why you need those later on, even though we're going to be ranging. I've got a ring of death just in case. I like to use that because you've got a full yak of supplies as well, just in case you die, as I'm not the most experienced Nexer. I've got a sharpshooter aura. Obviously the best tier that you can afford with loyalty points would be the best one to use. And I've got a scrimshaw of cruelty. So as far as the inventory goes, you can see pretty clearly what I've got. I've got an enhanced Excalibur, which is incredibly useful for last phase. I've got a dark bow there, which is useful for building adrenaline. You definitely need that, or a shield, but as I'm using a noxious bow, it's easier to just switch it out for a shield bow. I've got magic note paper, just in case you get that horrible brew restore drop. I've got a corrupted defender there to try and get my Zaros piece of the defender, the ancient symbol. I've got extreme overloads, which I find are really useful, more beneficial to use than holy overloads, but if you're more experienced then maybe you won't need them. An adrenaline flask is definitely useful, and yeah, lots of super restores. So once you've got your gear set up and you've got a full beast of burden of rocktails, then you want to set up your instance. So what you want to do is you want to set up a next instance with fastest spawn, and by using an instance for solos, it means that the first spawn of next is always going to be prey mage, which means that you're guaranteed to be able to use range for your first kill. After you finish the kill, you want to wait for next to spawn again before you teleport out, so that when you come back, she then spawns as prey mage again. Okay, so when you get into your instance, you want to jump down before starting first phase whilst next is spawning. What you want to do and get your prayers on, so pray mage for the first phase, protect item, turmoil, whatever you want, and then you want to get your scrimshaw on and your aura activated. So you run over to the minion and you want to get on your shield bow, and you want to start using your defensive abilities to build up adrenaline like I am here. You want to use anticipation last, and then drink an adrenaline potion dose, and then get your overload on. This means that you're at about 75–80% adrenaline before you start the kill, which means that you can get a rapid fire off and a snapshot straight away before Nex does her first run up and down the middle. So you want to stand about where I am, because it means that when she does this, you're not in the way and don't get slammed down the middle and loads of damage dealt to you and get stunned. So you want to stand outside from the middle and just keep DPSing down. Before she does the there is attack, if you use corruption shot or fragmentation shot to get a bleed on her, then she'll still be damaged whilst you can't actually continue attacking her, so you get that extra DPS in and finish the phase faster. So when you get her down to 160k LP, you want to run over to the minion and start attacking that. You want to ignore Nex now because you can't do any more damage to her, and you just want to rapid fire on the minion. For the start of Shadow, what you do is you tag her once, and when she says darken my shadow, you want to move from the patches underneath you, and you can soul split for the first part of this kill before she starts using her range attacks. As you'll see, I'll switch to prey range when she starts attacking me with range, about now. And then you want to, you just want to DPS exactly the same as you did before. There's no real danger here other than the black spots that spawn onto you, but you just want to check for that whenever some text appears above her head. I'm talking about fear the shadow. So this phase ends at about 120,000 LP, and you want to, by this point, you want to be down at the next minion, and you want to be at pretty much full life points and full adrenaline. So you see I'm making my way around here now, and this phase is important that you've got the Torva boots on for the high melee defense, as if you don't, then she'll come into melee distance and cause you constant damage from shadow attacks, so that's why those are there. So you want to come down to the minion, and you now want to use a rapid fire, and then you want to disrupt the rapid fire with something like sacrifice in order to get your LP back up and to make sure that you're starting this phase with 100% adrenaline. So you get into melee distance, make sure you put your prey mage back on, and then you want to use onslaught straight away. So you can see here that I'm onslaughting, I'm hitting so much damage, and you can see the life points going all the way down. So you should get below 100,000, getting below 90,000 is ideal for this part. So I'm just going to pause it here, So in that part at the start of Blood, this is the phase that a lot of people find incredibly difficult. So to me, Onslaught made this really easy to start learning because you can see the amount of damage that you do. You're trying to get Nex down to 80,000 life points to move on to Ice phase, and you want to do this before she does the Siphon, which is where she takes all of the life points off of the Blood Reavers and heals herself back up to about 100,000 life points or more. So what I did was I made sure I was 100% adrenaline for the start of the phase, used Onslaught, which obviously drains all of your adrenaline, and then starts taking your life points, which is why you want it to be full LP as well. When she claims the blood sacrifice and turns you red, what you want to do is you want to eat a Rocktail in order to cancel your Onslaught, and then you want to use Escape, and then you use an adrenaline potion to get your adrenaline back up again, and then you can just start DPSing her from a distance again, like I am now. And with all, assuming you get that DPS in and you get some RNG too, you'll be able to get it down below 80,000 LP, like I have here, without having to go on to a second Siphon. So I'm just going to pause here again and mention that if you don't make Blood phase in on the first go before the Siphon comes around, all you have to do is you want to just focus on getting your DPS down again. So obviously you can't use Onslaught again, so what you want to do is use a combination of Rapid Fire and Snapshot in order to get her life points down, and then you just want to make sure that you're not causing unnecessary healing. So don't use bleeds because they heal her instead, and don't use a big hitting ability right before you think she's going to Siphon, otherwise you're going to end up healing her and things are just going to get worse and worse, and then you're never going to get her life points down. If things go really badly and you can't get it in the second Siphon because you weren't close enough, what I usually do if I don't make it is to make sure my adrenaline's up, health points are up, and then get to the stage where I can use a Death Swiftness with Adrenaline Potion again, with Rapid Fire and Snapshot to get her life points down. But 9 times out of 10, using Onslaught does work within first or second Siphon, and you'll find it incredibly easy once you get the hang of it. But this is definitely the phase that you need to practice lots, and don't get disheartened if you can't manage it first time, because it took me a while to learn as well. Okay, so now we're on to the start of Ice phase. So as I was running over from Blood, I switched my armor to my Death Lotus, or you can use Serenic, just something that's a bit more tanky than Void, because this phase does hurt. So what you want to do, you want to wait until Nex tags you for the blood sacrifice before you tag her, which means that her first attack on Ice is going to be a Contain This, like you see here. And that means that you don't have to deal with an Ice Prison straight away. So you want to keep your distance, make sure she doesn't stun you, and now you want to be on your guard because you know that a prison's coming. So I used Anticipate just before the prison, and then what you want to do is you want to get your shield bow on, and you want to use Preparation, and then you want to use Resonance, because she usually fires a big mage attack afterwards, which hits you for a good amount of damage, which means you can heal straight back up. So again, follows by Contain This that you want to try and run away from, but at this point here she can stick to you, so use this as an example as you want to try and surge away from something like that. If not, don't panic. Just wait for the stun to finish, eat up, get your prayers back on, and carry on the kill. So again, here I'm in the prison, I'm using Preparation, using Resonance, and then she hits me, she doesn't hit that time, should hit the next time, hits me the 1000, heals me up a bit, and you get your prayers back on, switch back to your Nox bow, and you're all good to go again. So you're trying to get her down to 40,000 LP for this phase, so got her down there on the Contain This. And then again, you're going to have to deal with an Ice Prison here unless you can get the minion down in time. So it doesn't work so well using the Resonance method because it means that the minion can actually attack you. So if the minion attacks you and hits your Resonance and you only heal a 20 or something, then that's not ideal because it means that Nex can then hit you for a couple of thousand and potentially kill you after the Ice Prison. So you've got to be careful with that. This one's usually better to just eat up and get your prayers on. So after you get the minion down, you've got next on to Zaros phase, the final phase, where it takes a while but it's not too difficult. Ice is probably the hardest, in my opinion, for staying alive. So you want to get your Death Swiftness up, you want to use your Enhanced Excalibur to get that healing, Adrenaline Potion if it's not on cooldown, and you just want to DPS. Just watch your life points. Next we'll switch through prayers from no prayers at all, like now with her Red Wings. She'll Soul Split like she is here. That can be a good time to use something like Resonance, which means that you'll take the big hit that she would heal and use it to heal you instead, which means that she's not going to have her life points as high for as long. And yeah, this is just a case of DPSing down really. I know I don't do the best job of it here because I eat quite a bit. I'm still learning, so I like to save sometimes. But yeah, it's not too hard at all. So this is pretty much kill confirmed if you can get down to Zaros. You can see how much food I've got left as well. I've got pretty much half a yak there on the right hand side of the screen, and my invent's still pretty full, plenty of brews. So yeah, it's not too hard at all once you get the hang of it. So here I use a resonance at the end, switch my prayers off because she does hit higher on Zaros, so it's nice to get some heals in. And yeah, this is pretty much kill done. So a couple of notes on a few of the things I had in my invent. I was talking about the magic note paper. The brews and restores drop can actually be worth quite a bit of money, so it's useful to pick it up. So that's what the note paper's there for, whilst you're waiting for next to spawn. So here you can see I turn my Scrimshaw off and I'm just waiting for next to spawn because I'm going to go and do a kill afterwards. So if you don't let her spawn and you teleport out, when you join the instance next time she'll be praying range, so obviously that messes up your next kill and means that you're going to be getting reflected, which isn't great. So next spawn's here, teleport out, and job done, and you can come back and start your next kill, which will be Pray Mage, and it will be exactly the same again. So thanks for watching this guide. I hope it helped you out. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try and get back to you. I'd just like to say again that I'm not the best next soloer in the world. I haven't been doing too many kills. I've done maybe 150 in my time. So yeah, I'm still learning. So please don't be too harsh in the comments. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you again soon.